Hey, welcome back to the channel there, everyone. I'm your host, Lee, from Afterlife Restoration. Now, on this episode, we're going to be doing things, a little bit different. So, just cutting to the chase, my epoxy finally came into the mail to finally finish this monument and work on some of the broken headstones around here. So today we're going to concentrate on getting this monument back up to its former glory-ish. And then we're going to go over to the land monument and finally do a cleaning on that for the end finished result. Now, tomorrow, usually I would come back to the cemetery and do more work, but I am trying to raise money to help me restore this cemetery. So I will be at a vendor's market and I will show you some footage of that later on in this episode. But no chit chat. Let's get to what you guys came here for, watching a fat guy rubbing on rocks all afternoon. Alright, so now that we got it cleaned up, we can keep the stone moist because the epoxy will just suck the moisture right out of the stone and, you know, it could cause cracks. So we're going to get to the epoxy. Now before we get to that, I just wanted to point out that this was a heck of a stone to clean and no one has touched it in well over 100 years. I'm not too satisfied with the cleaning results, so I'm probably going to come back with that D2 solution, spray the stone, give it a nice little scrub. So that solution is made to work over time, and I don't know the fancy words. I keep forgetting it. It's like a microbiological solution, I believe, but that's going to help with getting all the rest of this algae or whatever, lichen, whatever it's called, off the stone, so it'll be pearly white hopefully by the end of the summer. All right, let's get to the epoxy. So this stuff right here is Acupox 5010. I don't know how to pronounce that. So you want to use one part of the smaller tube. We're going to call it component B. And then 2 parts of component A. Component. Now, I'm only going to mix small amounts at a time so the epoxy doesn't dry up before I get to the other pieces. One part. It comes out clear. I may need a little more than that, but I don't want to. So that costs about $100 just for those 2 tubes. So I'm trying to go sparingly. I apologize about the sunlight. Gotta be very careful. This stuff likes to glide I mean, that's another reason why we level out everything first. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some C-clamps and some braces, and just to hold it here for a couple of hours, maybe I'll keep the clamps and braces on it overnight. It takes about roughly 6 to 10-ish hours for the epoxy to set, but you know, we're doing all this work to it, you know, why take the chance of just walking away and then having this stuff slide off again before the epoxy dries. But right now, because we got a nice level base, everything is sitting upright, should be okay to walk away for a minute and put the braces on it. Little challenging with the angle of the monument, but you know, anything is gonna help. And real quick, I just want to give a shout out to the people who donated to my GoFundMe. I don't know if I can say your names on here, but thank you so much. I've been doing a lot of this restoration out of my own pocket, and you know, with normal bills, my insurance, I got rent, you know, just everyday bills, including my company insurance. Now, materials like this this is just $100 right here in epoxy, and I might be able to do a couple more monuments out of it. So really, this only goes toward, depending on condition of the monument, maybe the 2 or 3, and possibly maybe 3 headstones I can get out of these tubes. Now, the cement that we used last time, that cost about $60, and you only get a little pint of it. And the putty's actually the cheapest part. The industrial putty is about like $4 for a pop, but you know, we had to use 2 of them on here. So all in all, you know, we probably used about close to $30 worth of epoxy. We used probably about half of that monument cement. That was $30 material. So I mean, we're kind of looking close to just $70 in materials alone just to fix this. But so far on my GoFundMe, we raised $160. I was able to buy epoxy and monument cement with it, and I post every penny that I'm spending out of donations towards this project, so you guys get updates. Let me know in the comments if you want to link to my GoFundMe for not only help my business, but to help restore this beautiful cemetery back to, well, we're trying to get back to its original glory. Okay, for those of you who are not aware, a couple of weeks ago I reset this monument, and now I'm back to clean it. The reason why it took me a couple weeks to clean it is because on that day it was in the 40s, and the monument cement on it was going to take a little while to cure. Monument cement and epoxy and everything else you're using for headstone restoration, it's best to use it when it's about 65 degrees or warmer out. So now that this stuff is finally hardened, we're gonna give her a good old cleaning. If you guys did not see the video where I featured Frankenstein to help me set this stone, definitely go give it a gander. It was a very interesting video for me. All right, let's get to cleaning. All right, so we just now got finally back to this and done cleaning it, and in a couple hours, once it dries up, it's gonna look pretty darn good. Now, This monument is incomplete. It is missing like a spear or ball or maybe even a crucifix on top. And sometimes people like to come into cemeteries and take stuff that don't belong to them. I hope you're haunted. You know who you are. So if anybody knows where the top piece of this monument is, just come back here and place it down, no questions asked, and we'll be right as rain again. All right, before we leave the cemetery today, I'm going to show you what we'll be working on next weekend when I get back here. All right, so I've been uncovering just in this little area. I have been uncovering a lot of broken, they're called tablets, but you know, essentially broken headstones. So with that epoxy I have that you just watched me put on the other monument, that goes towards fixing this. Now, for example, this base down here has to get reset. We got flags marking exactly where that base goes. We got a pretty good idea on which way the headstone is supposed to be facing, but what I can do at least is even maybe today I can epoxy this cracked headstone back together. Camera angle. Yeah, so maybe even today I can epoxy this cracked headstone back together, and then we can place it back in that base once we know which way that headstone needs to face. So what we're gonna have to do is get a mortar mixture. I haven't quite decided how I want to tackle it. Luckily this is a smaller one, but we'll probably either set maybe the bottom half down first in the mortar mixture, let that set, then come back and glue the tablet on, or do we glue the whole tablet together and then put it on? Because once you put it all together, it's going to be pretty heavy. Either way, we're going to get it done. This one I have been drooling over to start on. So this right here was the very first headstone I saw when I walked into the cemetery about 1.5 years ago looking for community service work. Oh, look at that. Now I'm running a business. Go sobriety. So this is exceedingly thick. Maybe I'll work on this one first. I'm pretty sure right where the base is at already. We're just gonna have to, you know, reset the base and reset this. And now this one I know for a fact, I'm only doing one piece at a time when it comes to the epoxy. This is a really thick tablet, and I don't want to put all that weight on it at one time. I want to get set right, and I want it to last for another 100 years. All right, so let me show you a couple of headstones that we're going to resurface. Now there's quite a few. We're not going to go through all of them today. This one needs to come up. This one I believe may be just a footstone, but then where is the headstone? We have this one right here. You can see there's the base. And I'm not sure if that's a footstone or a headstone yet. We have this one we found last week. We have some we believe might be here, but I tried digging at it and we couldn't find them. We have that tablet. And there's the base. So this one does not look broken, and right now it's a lot safer laying on the ground as is until we get everything to reset the base. Hey, look at this. Those are little tiny pheasant backs. You can actually eat those. I don't know if I want to take them home. I mean, it's kind of in a cemetery. But yeah, we have lots of work to do here, my friends. And if you guys remember, this is Narcissa. This is the headstone we found. I wasn't quite sure if she was facing the correct way, so that's why I didn't permanently set her in yet. Now, I believe we have located her parents, so we need to unearth them. Here's definitely her father. As you can see, he was in there quite a ways. And we believe the mother to be somewhere in this area. Hopefully that tree didn't consume her whole entire headstone. But yeah, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and you will be seeing a completely new cemetery, hopefully in a couple of months. We just need a little more funding. Now, don't get me wrong, the township that owns the cemetery, they are starting to do what they can. We might start some fundraising soon. The other issue is I have a full-time job, so I can afford my bills and to afford to keep doing this. But if I could do this full-time, I'd probably have the cemetery done in a matter of weeks instead of months. So, all right, let's head on over to the vendor market now and see if anybody's willing to donate to my cause. I should say our cause. All right, it is farmer market day, and of course yesterday it was 85 at the cemetery, and today it's about 60, and the wind is picking up and we got some rain coming in. So of course, perfect day for it. Let's take a look around. Oh, look at this.
No, that's what I thought you were going to do. All the shows.
Hello, so I am raising funding for an abandoned cemetery outside of Jetto, Michigan.
Okay.
My company specializes in restoring abandoned and, you know, broken headstones and everything. I started at LLC.
You guys are just across.
Yep, that's me. I do everything from landscaping to headstone repair, monument repair. You could even flip through that book.
Absolutely. I got one down near Winchester. Look at her.
Oh, thank you. Oh, so you live in Peck?
Yeah.
I'm from Huron County.
Are you?
Yeah. So you can more than welcome to take cookie with you for your kind donation.
I'll take one for my husband.
Thank you so much.
How much are the candles?
$10 and up.
Come back later and get one for my friend.
Oh, absolutely. I'll have a couple more that are still setting at the moment. So thank you. All right, that's so nice.
I feel so Irish.
Well, that's why I'm here.
My son is like,
Of course, I got to promote the YouTube. Oh, what kind of business is this?
Part is all natural. All natural alternatives for health and wellness.
So what do you do?
We have all sorts of different stuff. We have our full line of tinctures. We have loose leaf herbal tea, infused honey. This is our new jewel weed. It's the antidote to poison ivy, poison oak, and sumac. I have that in 2 forms. This is our new cancer protocol.
Wait, did you say you have jewel weed?
Yes.
Where'd you get the idea for that?
Well, actually,
I gave her the idea for that. This is my fiance. Tell him the story.
well, I let him loose in the woods, and he came back with poison ivy, or no, poison sumac. And then after that, I decided I was going to make the antidote set.
All right, honey. We give you a shout out. Heart and Soul Naturals. I also put a link of her website down in the description if you guys are into hippie witchcraft. How are you?
Good, how are you?
You been? It's going to be featured on YouTube. I just want to give a big, warm, and special thank you to all the people that showed up and donated that day. For a gloomy, cold, bitter, early spring day, I actually did a lot better than I thought. We raised almost a couple $100 for the cemetery. So I am able to buy more epoxy and monument cement with that. If you want to show your support, you can always subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's always free, and that goes a long way too. So thanks for stopping in, folks, and I'll see you later.